Only 8 people in that hotel lobby knew who Bruce Lee was. Muhammad Ali's 320-pound bodyguard didn't. Ali's manager didn't. The front desk staff didn't. The 30 businessmen having drinks in the lounge didn't recognize the quiet Asian man in the simple black tracksuit standing near the elevators. That was about to change. In the next 7 seconds, the arrogant bodyguard would experience the most shocking moment of his career. And everyone in that hotel would witness something they'd replay in their minds for decades. This is what really happened on October 14, 1970. This is the story they still whisper about. Los Angeles, California. The Beverly Wilshire Hotel. October 14, 1970. Wednesday evening, 9:20 p.m. The lobby is elegant, refined, expensive. Marble floors polished to a mirror shine. Crystal chandeliers casting warm light across leather furniture. The smell of expensive cologne and fresh flowers. This is where celebrities stay, where champions stay, where legends meet. Muhammad Ali is in Los Angeles for tomorrow's press conference at the sports arena. He's scheduled to announce his comeback fight after 3 years of exile. The boxing world is watching, the media is circling, and Ali, being Ali, has made the hotel lobby his stage. He's holding court near the concierge desk, surrounded by reporters, hangers-on, admirers. His voice carries across the marble. That famous Ali voice, confident, charismatic, commanding. 23 people are gathered around him, listening to every word, laughing at every joke, watching the greatest showman in sports do what he does best. The atmosphere is electric. This is Ali in his element. But Ali doesn't travel alone. He never does. Not in 1970. Not after death threats. Not after 3 years of being boxing's most controversial figure. Standing behind Ali, arms crossed, expression blank, is Raymond "The Wall" Jackson. Not his real name. Real name is Raymond Leon Jackson Jr., but nobody's called him that since 1963, since he started working security for high-profile clients, since he became known as the man you don't get past. Raymond is 34 years old, 6 feet 5 inches tall, 320 pounds of former college football linebacker and ex-Marine. Not fat, not soft, pure intimidation built on a foundation of genuine violence. He played defensive line at USC from 1955 to 1958. Number 76, Trojans football, all-conference 3 years running. Led the team in tackles for loss 2 consecutive seasons. 47 total tackles for loss his senior year, a record that stood until 1967. NFL scouts loved his size and aggression, loved his mean streak, loved that he played every down like he had something to prove. The Cleveland Browns were going to draft him in the 3rd round. The Detroit Lions had him marked for the 4th round. 3 teams sent scouts to his pro day. He benched 225 pounds 38 times, ran a 4.9 40-yard dash at 310 pounds. The numbers were impressive. The film was better. But Raymond had a problem. He liked hurting people too much. 3 separate incidents during his college career. 3 opponents hospitalized. The first one was Stanford, 1956. Raymond hit a running back so hard the kid's helmet cracked. Separated shoulder. 6 weeks out. The second incident was UCLA, 1957. A blind side hit on their quarterback. Everyone on the field heard the crack. Broken collarbone, season over. The third incident was Notre Dame, 1958. Raymond's senior year. A pile-up near the sideline. Witnesses said Raymond kept hitting after the whistle, kept punching, kept driving his elbow into a player's ribs. 3 broken ribs, punctured lung. The kid almost died. The Trojans suspended Raymond for 1 game. The NCAA investigated. The NFL took notice. Character concerns, they said. Violent tendencies, they said. Anger management issues, they said. The draft came and went. Raymond's name was never called. He sat in his apartment in South Central, watched every round on TV, watched smaller players get picked. Slower players, weaker players, players who didn't have his size or his strength or his aggression, but they had control, they had discipline, they had the ability to turn it off when the whistle blew. Raymond didn't. The rage that made him dominant on the field made him unemployable in professional football. So Raymond went another route. Joined the Marine Corps. April 1959. Needed structure. Needed discipline. Needed somewhere his violence could be useful instead of problematic. Boot camp at Camp Pendleton. 13 weeks. Raymond excelled. His size made him a natural leader. His aggression made him perfect for combat training. His need to dominate made him volunteer for every physical challenge. The drill instructors loved him. This is what a Marine looks like, they said. This is what discipline and violence looks like when properly channeled. After boot camp, Raymond got assigned to military police. Not what he wanted. He wanted infantry, wanted combat, wanted to put his aggression to use against real enemies. But the Marines saw something else in him. Saw that his size and his controlled violence made him perfect for law enforcement, for handling drunk Marines, for breaking up fights, for intimidating situations into submission before they escalated. Raymond served 1959 to 1963. 4 years. Did 2 tours of military jail guard duty. Learned restraint techniques. Learned submission holds. Learned pressure points. Learned how to control aggressive men twice as violent as him without killing them. Learned 47 different ways to take a man to the ground. Learned that his size alone could intimidate most situations into submission without a single punch being thrown. The Marines taught him what USC couldn't: how to weaponize his presence, how to be violence waiting to happen instead of violence happening, how to make people back down just by existing in their space. When he got out in 1963, Raymond was perfect for private security. 27 years old, 6'5", 315 pounds, military police training, 4 years of controlling violent men without leaving marks, 4 years of perfecting the art of intimidation. He started with nightclub bouncing in Watts. 3 clubs hired him: the Savoy Ballroom, the Oasis Club, the Paradise Room. His job was simple: stand at the door, look intimidating, stop problems before they started, and when problems did start, end them quickly and quietly. Raymond was exceptional at it. In 18 months of bouncing, he had 17 incidents. Every single one ended with the troublemaker on the ground. Every single one ended in less than 10 seconds. Every single one ended with Raymond showing no emotion, no anger, no satisfaction, just cold efficiency. Word spread. This Raymond Jackson guy doesn't play. This Raymond Jackson guy will hurt you and not even breathe hard. This Raymond Jackson guy is the wall you don't get through. Then came the Watts riots. August 1965. 6 days of chaos. Raymond's clubs were in the heart of it. Burning buildings, looting, violence. The club owners needed protection. Raymond provided it. He stood outside the Savoy Ballroom for 3 straight nights. 6'5", 320 pounds, military police training, a baseball bat in his hands. Nobody touched that building. Nobody even tried. 40 businesses on that block burned. The Savoy Ballroom didn't get a single broken window. After the riots, Raymond's reputation went to another level. Record label executives heard about him. The guy who protected the Savoy. The guy who stood in front of a building for 3 nights while the city burned and nobody dared test him. That's the guy we need, they said. That's the guy who can protect our artists. Raymond moved into executive protection in 1966. Started with Motown artists touring through Los Angeles. Started with soul singers who needed someone to handle aggressive fans. Started with jazz musicians who played clubs in rough neighborhoods. His job was simple: stand behind the artist. Look intimidating. Make sure nobody got too close. And Raymond was exceptional at it. But he had developed a new problem. He didn't just protect his clients. He punished anyone who disrespected them. 6 documented incidents between 1966 and 1970 where Raymond hospitalized photographers who got too close. 4 incidents with overeager fans who touched artists without permission. 2 incidents with rival boxers' entourages who talked trash at press conferences. Each time, Raymond claimed self-defense. Each time, his size and military bearing and professional demeanor sold the story. Each time, the victim said it was unprovoked. Each time, Raymond's version won. Each time, the client paid the hospital bills and everyone moved on. The first photographer incident was outside the Forum in 1966. A freelancer rushed Diana Ross, got within 6 feet. Raymond grabbed him by the throat, lifted him off the ground with one hand, held him there for 5 seconds, put him down. The photographer filed charges. Raymond said the man reached for Diana, looked like he had a weapon. Diana's people backed Raymond's story. Charges dropped. Hospital bill paid. The second incident was at LAX in 1967. A fan ran at Sammy Davis Jr. Raymond intercepted. Clothesline to the chest. The fan went down hard. Concussion, broken nose, same story. Raymond felt threatened. Client's safety was paramount. No charges. Hospital bill paid. By 1970, Raymond Jackson is the most feared bodyguard in Los Angeles. The man you hire when you want people to think twice before approaching. The man whose physical presence alone creates a 10-foot radius of don't even try. The man who doesn't just stop problems, he makes examples. And his reputation is exactly what he wants it to be. Untouchable, unstoppable, undefeated in every confrontation he's ever been in. He's 34 years old, 6'5", 320 pounds. He's never been taken down by anyone, never been controlled, never been made to look foolish, never been beaten. In his mind, he's the apex predator of physical confrontation, the final word in violence. The man who ends problems, not the man who has them. This belief is about to be shattered. Muhammad Ali hired Raymond 2 months ago, August 1970. Right when Ali started planning his comeback. Right when the death threats started arriving daily. Right when he needed someone who wouldn't hesitate. Someone who would hurt first and ask questions later. Ali liked Raymond's energy, liked his aggression, liked that Raymond made Ali feel untouchable. And Raymond, for his part, worships Muhammad Ali, sees Ali as the ultimate rebel, the man who told the government no, the man who sacrificed everything for principle. Raymond would die for Ali, would kill for Ali, would do anything to protect Ali. This devotion has created a problem. Raymond has started to believe that disrespecting Ali is the same as disrespecting him, that anyone who doesn't show Ali proper reverence is his personal enemy, that his job isn't just protection, it's enforcement of Ali's status as the greatest. This isn't what Ali hired him for. But Ali hasn't corrected him either. Tonight, standing in the Beverly Wilshire lobby, watching Ali perform for the crowd, Raymond is scanning every face. Every person who approaches Ali gets evaluated, friend or threat, respectful or disrespectful, worthy or unworthy. His massive arms are crossed over his chest. His jaw is clenched. His eyes are cold. He's been standing this way for 40 minutes without moving. A statue. A wall. An unmovable force. One of the reporters asks Ali about Bruce Lee, about that movie star kung fu guy everyone's talking about, the one who did that Kato role on TV, who's opening martial arts schools all over California, who's supposedly training Steve McQueen and James Coburn. Is that stuff real, the reporter asks, or is it just Hollywood? Ali laughs, says he respects all fighters, says if Bruce Lee can fight, more power to him. Says he'd love to meet the little man someday, see what all the fuss is about. It's classic Ali. Generous, charismatic, no disrespect intended. But Raymond hears it differently. Raymond hears Ali being too generous, too soft, too willing to share the spotlight. In Raymond's mind, kung fu is fake. Movie fighting, dance moves. Nothing compared to real fighting like boxing, like football, like the Marine Corps taught him. In Raymond's mind, this Bruce Lee character is stealing attention from Ali, getting press that should go to the greatest fighter on earth. And Raymond doesn't like it. He makes a mental note. If he ever meets this Bruce Lee, he'll show him the difference between real fighting and Hollywood choreography. Show him what 320 pounds of real violence looks like. Show him that you don't disrespect the greatest, even indirectly, without consequences. He's hoping for the opportunity, praying for it. At that exact moment, across the lobby, Bruce Lee steps out of the elevator. He's in Los Angeles for a private lesson with Steve McQueen tomorrow morning. He's staying at the Beverly Wilshire because McQueen recommended it, because it's quiet, professional, close to McQueen's house in Brentwood. Bruce is alone, no students, no entourage, just Bruce in a simple black tracksuit and white sneakers, hair perfectly combed, posture perfect, moving through the lobby toward the concierge desk to arrange a wake-up call. He sees the crowd around Ali, recognizes Ali immediately. Everyone recognizes Ali. Bruce respects Ali, admires Ali's skill, Ali's principles, Ali's willingness to sacrifice for beliefs. Bruce has no intention of interrupting, no interest in celebrity networking. He's focused on tomorrow's lesson, on teaching McQueen the finer points of trapping range, on getting back to his room and reviewing notes. Bruce walks past the crowd, gives Ali a subtle nod of respect from 15 feet away. Ali doesn't see him, too focused on the reporters, but Raymond sees him. Sees this small Asian man in casual clothes walking past with too much confidence, too much certainty in his movement, too much presence for someone who should be invisible. Raymond doesn't recognize Bruce Lee, doesn't watch TV, doesn't know about the Green Hornet, doesn't follow the martial arts scene. To Raymond, this is just another person in the hotel who might be a threat, might be disrespectful, might need to be dealt with. Bruce reaches the concierge desk, politely asks for a 6 a.m. wake-up call. The concierge nods, makes the note. Bruce thanks him, turns to walk back to the elevators. Raymond steps into his path, deliberately, aggressively. The movement is sudden, threatening. Everyone in Ali's crowd notices. The conversation stops. Ali looks up, sees Raymond confronting someone, sees a small Asian man standing very still. "You got a problem?" Raymond's voice is deep, threatening, designed to intimidate. "You walking past the greatest without showing respect?" Bruce looks up at Raymond calmly. 6'5", 320 pounds, massive chest, arms like tree trunks. The size difference is absurd. Raymond towers over Bruce by 10 inches, outweighs him by 180 pounds. "Excuse me?" Bruce's voice is quiet, polite, genuinely confused. "You heard me. You just walked past Muhammad Ali without acknowledging him, without showing respect. You think you're too good?" Raymond's getting louder. The entire lobby is watching now. All 23 people from Ali's crowd, the front desk staff, the businessmen in the lounge, 38 total witnesses, everyone feeling the tension. The concierge tries to intervene. "Sir, this gentleman is a guest here. He has every right to—" Raymond cuts him off with a look. The concierge goes silent. Bruce speaks calmly. "I meant no disrespect." I nodded to Mr. Ali. "I'm simply here for business." A nod? A nod? Raymond is working himself up now. His ego has kicked in, his need to demonstrate dominance, to show everyone in this lobby that he controls who approaches Ali and how. That disrespecting Ali means facing him. You don't give the greatest a nod from across the room. You come over. You show proper respect. You acknowledge who he is. This is getting absurd. Bruce knows it. Ali knows it. Everyone watching knows it. But Raymond is committed now. "I apologize," Bruce says quietly. "I intended no offense." He turns to walk away. Raymond grabs his shoulder. "Not so fast, little man. Bruce stops, doesn't turn around. Please remove your hand. Raymond tightens his grip. Or what? You gonna kung fu me? Gonna do some of that movie karate? The crowd murmurs. This has gone too far. Ali himself speaks up. Hey Ray, it's cool man, leave him alone, he's just a guest. But Raymond is too deep in his ego now, too committed to the performance. He's making a point, showing everyone what happens when you disrespect his boss, showing everyone that Raymond Jackson doesn't back down. I just want to teach this little guy some respect, Raymond says to Ali. Won't take but a minute. Bruce turns around slowly, faces Raymond. His expression is neutral. No anger, no fear, no ego, just calm assessment. I'm going to ask you one more time, Bruce says quietly. Please let me go. Raymond laughs. Big mistake. Everyone sees it. That confident laugh, that dismissive sneer, that absolute certainty that he's in complete control, that this small Asian man is no threat whatsoever. What are you going to do about it? Raymond asks. He's smiling now, performing for the crowd, showing off. Make me. Bruce doesn't respond with words, doesn't make threats, doesn't posture. He simply moves. Raymond's hand is still on Bruce's shoulder. Bruce's left hand rises, covers Raymond's hand, not grabbing, just light contact. His right hand moves simultaneously, comes up from below, palm facing up, makes contact with Raymond's elbow. 2 points of contact, hand and elbow. What happens next, 38 people see, but most don't understand. Bruce applies pressure, not yanking, not jerking, just steady, precise pressure at 2 specific points. His left hand controls Raymond's hand, prevents it from releasing. His right hand applies upward pressure to the elbow joint. The angle is perfect. The leverage is mathematical. Raymond's entire arm becomes a lever. His own strength works against him. The bigger the muscle, the less flexibility. The more mass, the less ability to adjust. Raymond tries to pull his arm free. Can't. The angle is wrong. His strength has nowhere to go. He tries to step back, creates exactly the movement Bruce needs. Bruce applies one more degree of pressure. Raymond's 320-pound body begins to rise, not because Bruce is lifting, because Raymond is lifting himself trying to escape the joint lock. His shoulder rotates, his body twists, his balance shifts to his toes. The entire sequence takes 3 seconds. Bruce steps offline, changes his position slightly. Raymond is now bent forward, off balance, shoulder compromised. Bruce's right hand is still controlling the elbow. His left hand releases Raymond's hand, moves to Raymond's wrist. Now he has wrist and elbow, 2 joints under his control. Raymond tries to straighten up, tries to use his mass. Bruce allows him to rise slightly, then redirects. One smooth motion, downward and to the left. Raymond's body follows the path his joints dictate. He tries to resist. His muscles are useless. The joints are doing what joints do under precise pressure. They move, they bend, they compromise the entire structure. 4 seconds. Raymond is on one knee. His arm is extended, controlled. Bruce has applied no strikes, no kicks, no damage, just pure leverage, just understanding of anatomy, just knowing which angle at which joint creates which result. The lobby is absolutely silent, everyone watching, nobody breathing. Raymond tries one more time to stand, to use his strength. Bruce allows it. Then shows everyone what could happen if he wanted to hurt this man. His left hand releases the wrist, moves to Raymond's throat, doesn't grab, doesn't squeeze, just positions there, index and middle finger extended, touching the carotid artery, the points that stop blood flow to the brain. 1 inch of pressure, that's all it would take. Bruce holds this position for exactly 3 seconds, long enough for Raymond to understand, long enough for everyone to see, long enough for Ali to see, long enough for the lesson to register. Then Bruce releases everything, steps back, gives Raymond space. Raymond collapses forward, catches himself with his free hand, breathing hard, sweating, ego shattered, confused. What just happened? Total elapsed time, 7 seconds. From first movement to release, 7 seconds of physics, of leverage, of proving that 320 pounds of muscle means nothing without understanding of how bodies actually work. The silence in the lobby is deafening. All 38 witnesses just watched the impossible. Watched a 140-pound man control a 320-pound former linebacker using nothing but precise understanding of joints and angles. Watched strength become irrelevant. Watched size become a disadvantage. Watched movie kung fu work against real violence. Muhammad Ali walks over, slowly, stares at Bruce. Recognition dawning. "You're Bruce Lee, the kung fu guy." Bruce nods. "Yes." "Mr. Ali, I apologize for the disturbance." Ali laughs. Not his showman laugh. His genuine, amazed, respectful laugh. "Man, don't apologize. That was the most incredible thing I've ever seen." "How did you do that?" Raymond is still on the floor, trying to process, trying to understand. Bruce extends his hand to him, helps him up. Raymond takes the hand, stands, looks at Bruce with new eyes. "You have excellent size, excellent strength," Bruce says quietly to Raymond. "But strength without knowledge is just force without direction. You grabbed me with confidence because you believed your size made you untouchable." Raymond nods slowly. "Can't speak. Pride destroyed. Assumptions shattered." "Size doesn't matter if you don't understand leverage," Bruce continues. "Your 320 pounds worked against you. Every pound of muscle you have made that joint lock more effective. The bigger the structure, the easier it is to find the weakness." "How?" Raymond finally speaks. "How did you do that?" "I didn't fight your strength," Bruce says. "I used it. Your body did exactly what bodies do when joints are positioned correctly. You defeated yourself. I just provided the angles. The crowd is processing. The bodyguard who terrorizes photographers just got controlled by a man half his size using nothing but precision. No punches thrown, no kicks landed, just pure understanding of human mechanics." Ali is fascinated. "Can you teach that?" "Maybe," Bruce says. "But it requires unlearning everything you think you know about fighting. It requires understanding that fighting isn't about strength or speed or size. It's about understanding what is, what works, what the human body actually does under pressure, not what you've been taught it should do, what it actually does." Raymond extends his hand. "I was wrong. I apologize." Bruce shakes it. "You were protecting your employer. I respect that. But you confused size with power, violence with control. They're not the same." Ali speaks up. "I want to learn. Can you teach me?" Bruce smiles. "Mr. Ali, you're the greatest boxer who ever lived. You already understand timing, distance, psychology. You just approach it through boxing, different path, same principles. But yeah, I can show you some things." The crowd is still silent, processing, recording this moment in their memories. The night Muhammad Ali's bodyguard tried to intimidate Bruce Lee. The night 7 seconds changed everyone's understanding of what fighting actually is. The concierge finally speaks. "Mr. Lee, should we call the police?" Bruce shakes his head. "No need. This was a misunderstanding. It's resolved." Raymond looks at Bruce. "I need to understand. Can we talk?" Bruce nods. "Tomorrow. I'm teaching at 7 a.m. in Chinatown. You're welcome to observe, learn, see what real martial arts looks like beyond movie choreography." Raymond shows up the next morning, and the morning after that. For 3 months he trains with Bruce Lee once a week, learning Wing Chun principles, learning Jeet Kune Do philosophy, unlearning the belief that size and strength equal fighting ability. He continues working for Ali, but his approach changes. His confidence is different, more humble, more aware. He never grabs another person without thinking about angles first. Ali tells the story constantly for the rest of his life. The night his 320-pound bodyguard got controlled by a 140-pound martial artist in 7 seconds. The night he understood that real fighting isn't what he thought it was. The night he learned that weight classes exist in boxing for a reason, but in the street, understanding beats mass. Raymond retires from bodyguard work in 1973, opens a security training company, teaches other bodyguards what Bruce Lee taught him. That intimidation isn't protection, that violence isn't control, that the deadliest people are usually the quietest. The Beverly Wilshire Hotel still has a record of that night. October 14, 1970. Security incident, lobby, 9:22 p.m. Resolved without police involvement. No charges filed, no injuries reported. 38 witnesses saw what happened. 8 knew who Bruce Lee was before it happened. 30 learned that night. One of them was Muhammad Ali. One of them was Raymond Jackson. And every single one of them carried the story for the rest of their lives. The night the bodyguard learned that 320 pounds means nothing against 7 seconds of precision. The night Bruce Lee taught a room full of people that real power isn't in muscles. It's in understanding. And the night Muhammad Ali witnessed something he called more impressive than any knockout he'd ever seen. 7 seconds. 38 witnesses. One lesson. And one truth that echoes through martial arts history. The most dangerous opponent is never the one who looks dangerous. It's the one who understands.